Hi, Dee. Thanks for inviting us over. Hi, mate.
Hello.
Oh, mate.
Hello.
Hello, Nick.
Deanne had reported some recent problems with some unwanted spiritual guests who were affecting her and her partner Nick. And in response, I brought along team member Sean Kim to investigate and deal with these unwanted intrusions. Here is Deanne's story.
My name's Deanne. I'm also a member of Haunted Earth. This is my home, and I also have activity in it like Chris. I moved in here in 2000 I moved here, and a few years ago, possibly around 3 years ago, I started having activity. I started getting disturbed at night time, wasn't able to sleep. I was also having disturbances during the day. Things were going missing, there was noises, there was creaks on the floorboards upstairs, and during the night I was being disturbed. I was being touched on my arms, on my legs, anything to wake me up. Chris came along, got rid of that for me. It's been around 2.5 years now, and I'm still seeing activity in this house. My partner regularly sees, he actually hears more than he sees. He hears creaking upstairs when he's on his own. He's been disturbed at night as well, and he's also seen in the corner of his eye movement in the living room while he's sitting in the dining room behind me.
Some of these noises that you've described to me, could they possibly be explained by natural house movement? For example, at night houses settle. You're very close, I understand, to a railway line. Is there a possibility that as the trains go by at the bottom end of your garden that they may be causing some kind of structural disturbance to the property?
I wouldn't have said that, because it's a completely different atmosphere. I mean, when you're actually here, you can feel a presence, especially late at night, and you also see things. Especially if you're here by yourself, you can see like shadows going past you. The noises of the creaking is mainly upstairs when we've been downstairs, and we can physically hear someone walking across the landing, which wouldn't be brought on by a train. Overnight the trains don't even run, and if there was any kind of disturbance from a train, it wouldn't be that kind of noise.
Now, what kind of anomalies have you actually seen in the house?
Well, I regularly see orbs, particularly in here, mainly over in this corner, and I've just seen one actually right now. I see them a lot with the naked eye, even if I'm just sitting and watching TV. I see them on the curtain, and they regularly go upstairs because directly above me is my bedroom. These are the two active rooms. Dining room not so, kitchen I never feel anything, but I see a lot of orbs, an awful lot of orbs, especially in this room and my bedroom. And they can be white, I've seen black, I've seen flashes of light, and I've seen red orbs in here as well.
During the day and night?
Not so much during the day. It usually starts around early evening. I'm obviously different seasonal, because as it starts to get dark I can see them a lot more clearly. But I do see them around 4 or 5 o'clock time, and we're in summer and it starts to get dark sort of around 5 o'clock now.
I understand a little bit of the history of the site. I believe that before this house was built, how old is the house?
The house was built in 1969, so it's around 40 years.
And prior to that, it was an area known as the Shrubbery.
Yes, I've got a railway line at the back, and it was just green grass, trees and plants.
And before that it was an orchard, I believe,
yes,
historically. And prior to that it was used, we believe, as a camp for the workers that actually built the railway line and also the nearby road bridge.
The railway line was built in 1840, and the buildings of the railway line went on for several years, and bearing in mind in those days there was no health and safety, so there was many people, many men died building that railway line. There was a lot of landslides, and a lot of people died, especially in torrential rain.
And who else is affected? I understand I believe your neighbours had disturbances as well next door.
My neighbour has a little dog that refused to go into the bedroom, her bedroom, which he always used to do every morning. I don't believe she gets disturbances now, at least she's not said anything. But the problem that I was having 2-3 years ago was also going into my next door neighbour, and she was getting the same problem. She was also hearing voices in her bedroom. She was hearing people talking, and I was hearing whispering, and we believed it to be the same person.
Okay, well this is our second visit, so hopefully we'll be able to have a second look at the house tonight and determine what type of activity there is.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Dee.
Thank you.
I then spoke to Deanne's partner Nick, who kindly gave me an interview of his experiences in the house.
Hi, I'm Dee's partner. My name's Nick. Been living here about a year, and had a few weird experiences in this house. It all started upstairs, and I was in the bathroom one time, and I could see through the crack of the door, and I know where I'd left the bedroom door, because I remember it doesn't move, so it's just sitting still. It's wide open, and Dee's downstairs, and as I walked out of the bathroom, the door just shut itself. None of the windows or the doors were open in the house, so there's no sort of gust of wind or anything. And that was a bit weird. And about a month later, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. I felt like someone had touched my foot. I had a bit of like I couldn't sleep very well. And I'm laying there, and I'm face down, and this is sort of close to the window, and I felt like someone, honestly, it just sort of went on my neck, sort of like bit me or sort of gummed me. It felt like someone gummed me, and I felt like someone blowing my ear, and I couldn't sleep. That was quite weird. And I always feel like when there's no one downstairs or no one here and I'm on my own, and I don't get paranoid. I don't really. This is not what I would normally sort of think about. There's always someone watching me. There's always something calling my eye. I'm always thinking about it. I hear noises upstairs, and
What kind of noises do you hear upstairs, Nick?
A couple of times I felt like I've been in the bedroom, and I definitely heard someone walk upstairs, and there was no one in. And the garage door has sort of made strange noises, as if someone has just shut it, and I thought I've heard it. And I just get a general feeling that there's someone or something in this house, and I think that's about as much as I can recall. But
I understand a week or so ago you were on the computer in the dining room, and you felt somebody walk past in front of you?
Well, I remember shutting the door, and Dee was out with her friend, or I don't remember Dee being in here. No, she was in bed, and it was really late, and I was sitting over there playing the computer, and I swear I see someone walk across, or got some kind of, it really made me turn around as if someone was there, as if I heard someone. And
you never actually physically saw them, you just felt them?
Yeah, I never see anyone. There was something go across went across in the corner of my eye, and I looked over, and I even sort of said, I went, Dee, and there was sort of no one there, and I just couldn't say. I felt cold, and I just decided to go to bed after that. I just felt a bit, so I just went upstairs. And
are there any kind of peak periods where this activity takes place more, or is it any time of the day or night, or?
Yeah, I would say generally, sort of late on, sort of 11 till sort of that sort of time when I felt like someone was grabbing my neck was about 3 or 4 in the morning. But definitely sort of the night, sort of in between, say 11, 4 o'clock in the morning, definitely. But I have heard noises during the day, and all of the houses next door neighbours, it's very quiet, and there's no one in. They're all at work, and I do hear stuff, but generally mostly when I'm in bed.
Well, let's hope we can pick up some of this activity tonight, Nick. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Once the team for the night was organised and settled, I gave a short pep talk to the team as we prepared to down lights and split into 2 groups before commencing the night's investigation.
EVP problems and try not to talk if possible, unless something dramatic happens, and obviously it needs to be recorded. Anyone got any questions? Dee? Nothing at all? Okay. Let's go.